I love Starlight in this opening scene.
I think it'll be pretty easy to figure out who she is.
Because this is exactly how I would respond in this context. What do you mean recognize her? She's a baby. They're not gonna like throw her in a pile of other babies and make you pick the right one. They'll probably just say some meaningless platitude like,
Flurry Heart's really been looking forward to seeing you.
even though she's a baby and probably doesn't even have the grasp of the passage of time yet and most certainly doesn't have object permanence. Why are we friends? 'Cause I have object permanence? So, as it would turn out, all those scrolls Rainbow Dash was making Spike deliver to Princess Celestia were actually naked pictures, so unfortunately Spike is a registered sex offender now, and therefore he's trying to keep a low profile. But sadly, nothing can quite compare to the newly discovered thrill of exhibitionism, so he strips in public, then he gets carried off to jail where he meets the only black character in the entire empire. The reason I'm making so many jokes here is because this episode isn't really good, and I think I can tell why. Listen to me, Hasbro. I know you're gonna steal this video, so just please take some advice. If you want to keep stealing my money, you have to make a show that's worth my time to talk about. And that can be accomplished very easily simply by not letting Vogel write anymore. His name is on all the bad episodes this season except for 2. Just promote him to the guy who counts all the stolen YouTube money. He will certainly be too busy to fuck up the show anymore.
All I've ever wanted is a friend. From the moment I first split my egg in the nursery hive.
Seriously? Thorax was different from birth? You really fucking suck at this whole writing thing. I mean, the song at the end is
A-Changeling can change.
But this guy isn't even a case for that, because he was never like a typical changeling in the first place. And what about the changeling in episode 100? I mean, they look like different changelings. This guy is almost green. This does kind of speak to a big problem I had with Counterlot Wedding Part 2. If a changeling feeds off love,
What a lovely but absolutely ridiculous sentiment.
why don't they sneak into a town and just be nice? Instead of, scaring everyone with an invasion and forcefully sucking all the love out of them. This is the same problem with the Dazzlings from Rainbow Rocks. They feed off negativity, but their end goal was to make everyone adore them? These are like massive biological weaknesses that make it hard to take the plot seriously. Where was I?
There's no such thing as a nice changeling.
Yeah, Spike finds out every pony is racist. And instead of saying, isn't that a lot like saying there's no such thing as a mean pony? And then mentioning Flim and Flam, like, ha, gotcha. He just, goes back to his changeling friend and tells him to put on a disguise. I guess he watched too much Ruby as a kid and learned that racism was better off being ignored and avoided than addressed. So, blah 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 blah, yeah, Spike fucks up, who would've thunk it? And then they cram an entire emotional arc into like 2 minutes where neither character learns anything they didn't already know. And Spike starts singing and everybody's like, whoa, hey, Spike, if you stop singing right now, we'll just be nice to the goddamn changeling. And Spike's like, deal. Wait, why didn't Torso do the thing here?
Kindness like that kind of brings it out.
Everyone's being nice to him now? I thought... Anybody? Anybody got an explanation for this? I hate episodes that seem to forget that these characters are friends. Why didn't Spike go to Twilight and Starlight and ask for help? I mean, the show is called Friendship is Magic. Unless you have a problem, then figuring shit out on your own is magic, apparently. Do you remember Lost Treasure of Griffinstone? When Pinky was like, hey Gilda, do one nice thing for someone who is already sorta not really mean to you. And that was like a major breakthrough. And here it's like, hey, everybody actively hates you and your entire race, but don't worry, I'm gonna sing a song that doesn't apply to your situation and fix everything. It was a mistake to let Amy Keating Rogers go. A big mistake. Do I even have to point out that there were like 10 black pixels moving towards the Crystal Empire at the end of the premiere?
That's why we posted the extra guards, and why we're...
checking every pony's identity.
I swear to God, Twilight, if you step on my line one more time, I'm gonna fucking stab you.
She's gotten so big.
Nope. She's exactly the same size. I even checked.
This is getting a little out of hand.
What the fuck is a hand? That sounds like changeling talk to me.